Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Mesa-fied server, back over at our base. And my log has been getting a little bit of a workout, and that is because I've been chopping down tons of trees and resupplying my personal stash. Did I miss some logs here? It looks like some of them got caught on top of some of the leaves, and then when the leaves despawn, you know, other saplings and logs can drop down. We're going to be working in the Nether this episode. It is time for us to finish the zombie pigman farm. I'm very confident we'll be able to do that in this episode, as most of our problems have been solved. So I've been stocking up all of my personal wood supply. It had really been diminished recently, so you can see it looking a lot better there. Probably need to chop down a few more acacia, but loads of wood in supply for any builds that we do in the future. And the reason that we're going to need a lot of wood in this build is because we're going to, let's see, have hoppers, all sorts of hoppers and chests to store all the gold that we get from our farm as well. So I'm taking plenty of that with us over to the Nether. And of course I want to keep all of this stocked up. And I've been busy lately. You hear me say that all the time. In fact, you probably hear YouTubers in general talk about how busy they are, because YouTube, it is a time-demanding thing. And so if you're a YouTuber, chances are you're busy a lot. The last episode hasn't gone out yet, so the gold shop isn't open. I was going to go over there and yeah, put all of this gold in there, but it isn't yet open. So there's nothing to talk about there. And what I'm basically trying to say is, because I'm busy, I'm just sort of recording ahead of time. So that's kind of what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to pop over there, restock. Even though we haven't sold anything, I'm going to stock up the gold shop, and then we'll head over to the zombie pigman farm. We may not have sold any gold, but I just remembered something. Back at the Guardian farm, there are some diamonds here waiting for me. If you didn't know about this build, this is the Guardian shop that we made with Iskall. He did all of the building, I just provide the drops for him to sell, and that means that I get half of the profits. And I forgot, I haven't been over here for absolutely ages, and check it out, look at that! So many diamonds right there. I mean, getting close to a stack, that is just fantastic. Feels like I didn't even have to lift my finger to earn any of those. I wasn't expecting that, but I sort of was as well. You see, I put a message in chat saying, hey, my shop isn't open yet if you want to buy stuff on camera, but if you really need some gold, just pop in there and buy some anyway. And look at that, we've made a few sales already. That is the first chest that I've opened here, so it's probably going to be the only one with diamonds in, right? No, there's some more here. Fantastic. Okay. Any more than that? No, I tell you what, we have almost made a stack of diamonds at the beginning of this episode. That is a great way to start an episode. Welcome back to the Nether, where things have changed significantly. Oh yeah, you can see what's going on right here. We got our dropper elevator on either side, bringing the items all the way up to the top. And then we got a big circle of hoppers going around. Now my idea here was, you know, why make it end somewhere? Just have it go around in a circle. So if more items are coming up one side and the whole system gets filled up, which is very unlikely, then it can filter around to the other side as well. So yeah, these are the dropper item elevators. These ones are silent. They bring the items from down there all the way to the top, like I just said. They will then move the items through the hoppers, and then what we're going to have is our hoppers here, and it doesn't really like leave a lot of space, because let's just place that one and get that one in as well. So whenever the items go over the top, they'll then get sucked down like this and go into whatever's in front. And you can see we've got 2 blocks of space to work with. So are the chests just basically going to come up right into this space here? And how many rows of chests do we actually have? You know, the chests don't have to be double chests as well. We could just have them at a single one on their own like that as well. And if you're just wondering what exactly it is we're walking around on here, it is black glass, and it is a little bit tricky to see, maybe even more so in a YouTube video. So there really isn't going to be a lot of space up here. And some other modifications that I made as well is to put stairs up the top here. The reason why is because some of the XP seems to get caught just around there, and I think it's the side that like I'm furthest away from. So it's very difficult to align yourself up in the exact center, and so you're always off to the side a little bit more than the other, and I've noticed that some XP gets caught. So I'm hoping that having stairs there will get rid of that. I also want to do a test and see if we can fill in these 2 blocks as well, which means we don't need these barriers, which again are probably hard to see, and we don't need them there, and then we would just have the single sliver of it in the middle, and it wouldn't be possible to even fall down there. So that would be Very convenient. And actually, it's probably about time that I did that test, and other people are on the server. Biff has been working in the Nether, so I haven't been able to do this for a while, and have logged in and out a fair few times. I hope... Oh, is that in the correct place? I think the ice is attached. Yep, they're landing on the ice. The ice is attached to the slime blocks. Which also reminds me, you may notice that nothing is happening here. That's because I've added an off switch, so I should probably go and turn this on. And the idea was that with the off switch, things like that wouldn't happen. However, that has happened after. And if you haven't seen some of the episodes where I talked about what exactly that is, something goes wrong. There's no way that the ice should be able to get into the position that it does. And I believe that when the chunks load and unload, that there is a lag spike and the redstone doesn't get the timing right. So this block right here is the most important one in our clock, and it's very close to this, which is very convenient. Means we can just come here, flick that switch, and then the whole thing is going to start up. It won't do it straight away. It's got to wait for this clock first. Anyway, let's get that side over there fixed, and then let's stand up top and see if we can collect the XP. So, good news, the farm isn't broken, and I think my view from up above may have had me thinking that the ice was attached to the slime blocks. And here we go, up goes the XP, and it all gets through that little gap, doesn't it? I'm going to have to keep my eye on that, but you saw it all go through there. That's great, so we might have just one of those on each side. Okay, do you see the blinking lights? And they've stopped already. Don't tell me that's it. There's a lot of other people on the server at the moment, so some of them are in the Nether, and look at that XP falling down the side there. That's not what we want to see. And is that because of this? Is that because it's not free wide or the stairs? I'll have to do some tests and confirm, which I can't really do at the moment, so perhaps we'll just focus on developing this area at the top here. So we've switched back to the free wide gap. You definitely lose XP when you got the glass on either side, so we don't want to be doing that. This farm is already lossy. We want to get as much XP as we can. And check this out, all of the hoppers are in place. It looks really cool. Thought I'd show you before I put in the chests. There are 3 rows of 5, so 15 on each side. 4 sides, that means 60. So we've got 28 chests there. And then with another stack of logs, we can make the rest of the chests. Some of these, though, are going to have to be the tripwire ones, you know, trap chests. That's it, trap chests, so that we can have them side by side. And what I'm going to start off by doing is just having one chest for every hopper. So I'm now having trouble with the farm. There are other people online, but no one's in the Nether, and you can see there are a lot of pigmen standing around. So what I'm going to do is actually, let's try and find one to shoot them again, go stand back in the middle, and we'll try and observe what's going on here, because yeah, something is wrong, and I think I know exactly what it is, and I'm going to guess that a lot of you know what's wrong as well. It's not going to be long before they don't get aggressive again, and I don't see any on the top floor pathfinding to the middle here. This, I reckon, is obstructing the pigmen's view of where I am, so I shoot them. A few are aggressive for a while. Oh no, a whole bunch on the top have come through. Okay, new batch, what are they going to do? Right, they just got aggressive. Maybe it is something else I'm not thinking of that's stopping it from going consistently at the moment. So the whole thing was a little bit patchy, and from what one hit kill. From what I could tell, it seems like when the pigmen choose to get aggressive, they possibly also need to see a path to the player, because with all of those extra hoppers and chests around, it seemed like a lot of them just weren't choosing to be aggressive at the player. And now, whenever I look around, we always see pigmen running. And so what I've done is obviously removed the hoppers and chests so that the pigmen have a clear sight to the centre, with exception to the obstruction over here. And now our area is up above, as you can see right here. So eventually we're going to change this whole thing. In fact, I say eventually, it's the next thing we're going to do will be to change this whole thing to a minecart elevator. If you haven't seen this before, you can be in a minecart. You can right click to get in another one. And I definitely tested that, but I think now I realise I tested it when you're standing right here, which is actually okay, I guess, to get out of that minecart and then hop up to the area up above, which means perhaps this could have been lowered by 1 block, which is something I could still do if I change my mind, which means more chests can be added. And here we have chests. They're all hooked up to the hoppers. You can see them going around at the back there. We've got anvils in the corners. Everything is squeezed into this space. We've got an enchanting area, a crafting table, and also an ender chest just sneakily hidden up there so you can access all of your things. So that is like the utility area at the top, working just fine. Are the pigmen still aggressive? Yeah, they are, but notice how they started moving as soon as I dropped down. So I think that supports my theory that they need to be able to pathfind to the player when they're aggressive, because when I was up there, looks like they were standing still. So some major improvements to this farm. This feels kind of finished now. The next thing we're going to focus on is the tower to get up here. So I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. My plan was to always have this. Now, why did spacebar not engage my elytra there? Probably lag. It's usually lag. Yeah, my plan was to always have this right here, and I didn't think about how 8 would divide into 3. So we ended up with 2 lots of yellow, and I think the yellow is a little bit overpowering, but do you know what? It matches the theme, and it's all pretty cool. If I can actually change it, though, I would probably change it to cyan. That would probably look a little bit more together because it's right here in the middle. And I do believe the farm is turned off at the moment because we have an on-off switch, and the way to activate that currently is on the way up through here, which I don't think is the most ideal way of doing it. Somewhere there's a gap, and also there's a chest somewhere down here which I need to get to. Chances are I'm just going to get stuck up here, aren't I? Let's see if we've got some netherrack. So yeah, I've got like a few more materials to clean up from this build project, and then it's all done. And there you can actually see the bit that's open. So let's get rid of these blocks because we don't want them. And let's try and right click on that minecart. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to be able to click on it, am I? Okay, we'll leave one there. And I still can't click in it. Oh. Right, looks like we've got to do it the long way. And here is the chest that I was looking for. We're going to do this the ridiculous way, just by breaking it and letting all of the items fall down. And then I can pick them up on the ground as well. So let's just get rid of these and watch them all pop out and fly everywhere. Bam, away they go. Little bit of lag there again. Don't you worry about that. And the only place they've really got to go is down here onto the bedrock. So we can just, there you go, there's all the items. Pick them all up and put them into these chests over here. So down at the bottom here, there will eventually be a proper entrance to this place. For now, it's just this. And as we go up here, you'll see that there's some bedrock. Then we go through the bedrock and we go all the way up. And when I first built this, there was actually one of these where I'd left like a little bit too much of a gap. And I actually fixed it by coming through here, placing ladders and then breaking the ones above so the minecarts could fall down. So if that ever happens to you, a little tip for you right there. And I don't want to go up too fast here. I'm not holding down right click, which is the very fast way to ascend. I'm actually clicking because sooner or later we are... Right, we're already at the top. That's not how this thing is supposed to work. And by the way, to get out of here, you hold down forward and then tap shift and then close that, and then you'll be able to get out. If you do anything different, it's a little bit tricky. So somewhere down there, there's something that we need to adjust. Just my luck. Just my luck. We get to it, and oh, I've nudged it over. Oh, it's all gone wrong now. I did not want to do that. I wanted to put a half slab before it moved. What happens if I get into it? Can I... Well, I can't move it. It's not on a rail. Can I nudge it back out again? Probably not. Okay, we got the minecart back in. Half slab in place so nothing spawns there. And staying in this spot if we put a block. Well, actually, we don't need to put a block there because that lever will stop mobs spawning, believe it or not. So we can leave that alone. That will be absolutely fine. And that is our on-off switch. So on the way up here, you can actually get to that. I think the problem is you're always looking up like this. So we need some sort of indicator here to say on-off switch. And I think the perfect thing to add would be a sign right here. And then it lets you know that you can look to the side and you can turn it on and off. Okay, little lag spike there for the text appeared. I was going to say that's probably not too readable, but I can kind of read it. You can definitely read the bottom line that says down is off. So, yeah, on your way up, you'll probably notice that and realise there's the on-off switch. Excellent. So, that's almost it for this farm today. We just have one more thing to do now. I'm going to head back over to my base, get some resources together, and we are going to be crafting some banners to let you know what the name of this farm is. So the next thing we're going to do is make some banners to put up at the farm, and just going over my supplies here, I don't really have a lot of what I need, which is ink sacks, because we're going to make some banners out of grey wool, and then we're going to put like the letters and such on them with dyes. Now that'll mean we'll probably be using both grey dyes and white dyes as well, so it's going to be a grey backdrop with the white letters on front of them, and then the banners that we're going to make, we're also going to keep a copy of them over at our banner building in the Brown District, and that means I'm going to have to do a lot of sheep farming, which is good because we of course have lots and lots of sheep over at the wool farm. We've also got a few of our own in our base as well, which we can dye and get the colours that we need. So this shouldn't take me too long, but I've got to do some resource gathering right now, and this isn't too promising. You see, when you're the only one online, it shouldn't be too difficult to come out here and farm some squid. Although the thing is, there's a big ocean, so there's lots of places for them to spawn. It might be a better idea to actually visit a more concentrated area, like Python's little base next to the Dangland. So yeah, we'll see how it goes here, and then we'll head over there. Hey, look at that! There's a sail! We could borrow those banners, and we could get some of the letters, well, not the ones that we're going to need for the donut, that's the name of the farm, but at least some for the alphabet, because we're going to make the entire alphabet. It's always right high. Hi, leave me alone. It's always right here, it's right in front of the expo. Where do these come from? I don't get it. I just don't get it. So we don't do enough of this anymore, do we? Aha, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, flying through the sky in F5. I've become quite reliant on doing it without F5. What's that as well? That's a village with something next to it. I'll investigate that in a moment. We're actually over here for this thing. It just sort of occurred to me that Full Symmetry has built a squid farm over here on the server. And this squid farm is made out of, you guessed it, it's not water, it's lava itself. I mean, this bug has been in the game for the longest time, and at one point they even said that they had fixed it, and I think they did briefly, and then it broke again the next snapshot. So one day in the future of Minecraft, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, this might finally get fixed, but believe it or not, squids do actually spawn in lava. The reason we won't see anything right now is because obviously I'm standing next to it, and I've come over here to get some ink sacks. Yes, that bit should be obvious. There's not much else going on down here. I don't believe I'm spoiling anything. It's all been shown in a video. And yeah, it just sort of occurred to me, hey, wait. Let's go back a second. Did you see it? There were squid falling down. There you go. They spawn in lava. There's your proof. That is your proof right there. Come on now. Can we get another one? There we go. Excellent. Oh, I see. There's red glass for them to land on. And then the hopper picks it all up. That is very, very cool. So this will be the best way for us to get some ink sacks. False is also online at the moment, so other players can bring down the rates a little bit. And nothing. There's nothing so far. We'll have to wait here for a while. And yeah, that's how we're going to get our ink sacks. Well, I found False. She's over here. There's currently an ink sack shower going on. That is really cool, actually. I don't know why that has been done to bring it down here, but I like it. It's good. Anyway, we're just negotiating a price at the moment. 3 stacks for 1 diamond. It's a little bit pricey, but I think she knows she's got me here because I've flown all the way over to this place. I've been figuring out where it is, and I obviously need some ink sacks, so I think that's a fair price. I'm going to take that. Small jellyfish, big jellyfish. We're at False's place, and she said put the diamonds in a post box. And so we got 8 stacks of diamonds at 3 each, so that comes to 24, and she said I could take a 9th stack as well. So 9 stacks for 24 diamonds, pretty good deal considering how urgently I need it. Do you know what? I just do not have the time right now to swim around in an ocean killing fish with my sword. So that works out pretty good. So let's head back over to our base and we will start doing some crafting. Hello, guy. Alright, so I'm here with my good old friend DocM77. How you doing?
Man.
I
wanted to do this.
yeah.
Tab.
And sword waggle. Do you remember the old sword waggle? Can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I missed that. There you
I
go.
have to do this now.
It's the shuffle now. So I've got something for you, which is
Thank you.
large quantities of obsidian. I'm sure the people are wondering why you want so much of this.
I need it. I need it all.
You got a new mini game coming along.
Yeah.
It's a
Thank you.
TNT mini game as well.
Yep.
It
And
looks
you can't spell TNT without obsidian. It's just
the two go together.
simplest way. So what do you want for it? You wanna
Oh
make a
no!
deal?
I'm investing in this mini game. I saw your video. It looks awesome. I want to play it. Like the obsidian is yours. You
Smart
know.
investments.
I
Smart investments.
yeah.
That's-
I'm investing in the future of the park. Let's put it
Yeah, I
that
saw
way.
you invested some time into the park as well.
Oh
I checked
yes.
out your game a little bit. I skimmed through the video. Colin has some time off at the moment, so I can't spend too
Can't
much
be on
time
here
on
all day.
YouTube. So,
There's much
loving
work
it,
to be
man.
done, but you can see
Yeah,
from this little bit it's about picking up chickens in a boat. So it's like
yeah,
a competition, but the game needs a lot of work. The main thing I wanted to talk to you about though was up here. So many people have been commenting about how where I've connected it up to the other districts that people can come in here for free. So we should probably set up like a little toll booth somewhere around here, right?
yeah, sure thing. I mean, obviously it's great that the Dangland gets kind of tied up in the whole place. It's awesome to get these connections everywhere.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
agree.
it definitely would be cool if you had somewhere, I don't know, yeah, make a little payment station then as well. I saw some comments on your video as well. Some people were a little bit upset and were like, "Hey, you're
Yeah, they're
ruining the
overreacting.
Dangland business." But don't worry, guys. That is all fine. We are happy if some people build some other mini games. There was the Hermit Thrills before, and Ethan and we never claimed the whole. We are the only people that can make mini games on
Yeah.
here. Everybody's invited to contribute, of course,
And so far you got me over
but
here.
we get
You've
all the
got
profits.
oh, okay. That's fair enough. You got Red Dog and Iskall building a game over there as well, I
Yeah,
think,
but
right?
they're
But
a special case.
it's only
They
just
keep on
the
losing.
oh yeah, all the little
They keep on
tournaments you've been
losing
having.
money, that's why they make their own game now and think they can beat us. I
They'll
doubt it.
they'll probably not learn their lesson.
No. But
So
yeah,
yeah, buddy,
little
I'm going
toll
to build a
booth.
little toll booth up here. I'm thinking the closer it is to that area, the more it might grab people's attentions. Maybe like a little flag sticking out the side,
Yeah.
something colourful. But
I
I'll
mean,
sort that out
we
for
c-
you guys.
we can make a deal. I mean, you
Oh,
can keep 50% of the earnings from this gate then.
well, that sounds good. I've built a
So,
giant arrow pointing towards it now out of the sky. No,
I
I
mean,
won't do that.
obviously, you have to make deals with contractors. Obviously, I mean,
Oh,
and
50.
I got all that obsidian.
I was going to accept 0, but 50% is fine by me, Doc.
Yeah,
All
of
right then.
course.
Thanks for joining
Thanks a
me.
lot for
I won't
doing the
waste
game.
more of your time. I can't wait to see this mini game though. It's going to
Yeah,
be great.
let me know when this one is ready. I definitely want to play it. It looks
Okay,
amazing.
I will do, buddy.
All right.
Bye bye. So, bumped into Doc M in between crafting banners, and don't ask me why, but I've been doing this in the Nether. And check it out, we now have an alphabet and an exclamation mark as well. How cool is this? Now, what we're going to do is keep this and put it in the brown district so that other people can come along and copy these banners as well. Then we've got an alphabet always available in the grey variety. Of course, there are many combinations of colour that you can do. But what we're going to do is take some letters. We're going to take D, Where is O? There it is. O, N, and U, and T. And obviously that spells out donut, which is the name of the farm. So we're going to have that. And then over here I've got 2.0, which is what we've sort of been referring to it as. However, I think the point there looks a little bit odd, so we might just call it donut 2. And then that sort of almost looks like it says donuts, which is kind of odd. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's 6 banners, and we need 4 copies of them. So we need to make 24 banners, and I hope I've got enough wool for this, because this is the way that we're going to clone them. And will that be enough sticks? Let's have a look. Exactly 24. Perfect. Okay, so something like that. There's 16 of them, and can we make another 8? Wow, 2 wool left. That is just perfect right there. Awesome. Okay, that's all of the wool except 2 gone. So let's clone these, and then let's go put them up on the donut. Well, it's quite the view from down here. I like it, and do you know what I've done there? I've put a little bit of spacing, so it's like donut 2, and I'm not really a fan of that 2 right there. And I was just wondering, what I usually do is I go all the way down to get back up, but can I throw an ender pearl and actually get up the top here? That actually feels like a good throw to me. Oh, and it was! Excellent! Sweet! So there we go, from up here, you can clearly see the name. It looks a little bit brighter there. Don't know what that is, and there as well. Is that me? It really does look brighter when I turn to that side. I don't know. So I'm just crafting up some of the gold that was up here, so we've got a little bit more. I haven't had as much time to AFK, and as I've said, the number that I want to get to is 666. Then after that, I think there's no point in really going any higher with these XP levels. And that is going to be it for me this episode of Hermitcraft. Do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like on the video. As always, thank you so much for your support. And let's end this one off by flying like this, and I'll probably bump into something without realising it. Wow, that is a crazy sight right there. Look at myself go. Let's nosedive down and fly all around. Yep, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.